Okay. Today's gonna be the DGD post. I know I should be wearing them. I have so many fucking shirts, but I'm a grody gremlin, and my face is only washed, but eyes and lips I didn't touch because I want to look somewhat presentable for this video, but I was lazy also. So the face got washed and moisturized, but not the other stuff. I'm gonna just straighten my hair with another thing that's a relic. Old, 15 years old maybe. Straighten my hair. Sorry, try to stay on task here. Okay, today's gonna be the DGD post. Yeah, so Dance Gavin Dance. They were problematic recently also. Apparently that's been handled. Apparently she went on Reddit and said I was lying about that story about being raped, whatever. So I don't know. Again, I don't care about the politics. I'm here about the music. I separate the art from the artist. I'm not following their GoFundMe pages, okay? I care about the bands as a collective and the work that they put out. Full stop. So, yeah, Dance Gavin Dance is my favorite band of all time. I got a tattoo on my thigh. I'll show you. It is my first DGD, Downtown Battle Mountain. It is not my first tattoo, but it was my first music-related tattoo, because they were the band that like kind of changed my life musically and what I'm into. Got me through a lot of my depression as a teenager. So, yeah, I owe DGD a lot. They have a pretty ridiculous fan base. Some of them are fucking nuts, and some of the people are beautiful, wonderful, great people. A lot of them are like now my age, if they've been fans for a while. And then there's some new ones. So, love DGD. I've seen them a trillion times. Obviously not, but a lot. I've seen them a lot. I've seen them in church basements. I've seen them play big arenas. I've seen them in small, intimate shows and venues. I've seen them really blow up, and it's been awesome. Because I was a fan back when they were super, super underground. You know, and then to hear that they were almost went on tour with Coheed, except for the Tillian shit. But, you know, that would have been really awesome just to see them hit that pinnacle. I mean, they put on Swan Fest every year, which is amazing. I highly recommend going to Swan Fest. It's so much fun. It's like a very specific type of show. It's not like super metal. It's not super emo. It's like, you know, really in the middle. It's like mostly metalcore fans. And they have similar bands from Rise Records on there. Or I guess, no. Rise Records has bands that go there, but also really Will Swan, the guitarist, he has Blue Swan Records. So, yeah, I love DGD, I love Dance Gavin Dance, but I'm not like, you know, I'm not like some of these fans, you know. I don't, like, I like their merch as far as band tees go, but I'm not, like, getting signed art prints from John Mass. Sorry, I don't have that kind of money. But, yeah, so I want to do a post on them. We're going to listen to some of their tracks. I'm what I would probably call a DGD purist. I really do like their early stuff. Like I've said before in other videos, Johnny Craig, his voice is amazing. You know, personal shit aside, his voice is the GOAT. Tillian does, obviously, he can hit like what, a G note or something. Like he's great. He's talented. I actually first heard about Tillian when my ex at the time, when I was telling him I like DGD, he was like, oh, you might like this band, and it was Tides of Man, and that was when Tillian was in Tides of Man. And then at that point, he transitioned to the vocalist of DGD, and I was like, whoa, crazy. But I'm a purist in the fact that I really like their early work. Obviously, I loved seeing them transition over time, but I really, really enjoy Downtown Battle Mountain and, you know, the Death Star album is probably one of my favorite albums. And I also love Kurt Travis. I think probably, I mean, Johnny was probably like number one as far as like favorite vocalist. Kurt was definitely second. Kurt Travis is just an amazing fucking singer. I mean, Gold Necklace, Eternity Forever, like Royal Coda, like it's just, he's in so many projects. A lot like Birds. He's so good. He's so good. His tone is like, I don't know, it's just sexy to me. I don't know. It's just, he's got that like classic emo boy voice, I think. And that's what's what gets you. I mean, he has really good stage presence. I heard he's really nice. I don't think I've ever met him at a meet and greet. I know some friends who have met him and said that he's pretty awesome. I had a friend that I met at a show who he was like a truck driver with all their equipment. So he used to like kind of tour with them. But yeah, so Kurt, he changed my life with the Death Star album. So if you ever see this, I just want you to know, much love. Yeah, I'm gonna straighten my hair. We're gonna listen to some DGD. I literally put on This Is the Essentials on Spotify of DGD. So I don't know what it's gonna play, but we're gonna talk about it. It's very loud. You swallowed the demons on your own. There's nothing left for me. I keep thinking back to when you said we own the... So this is We Own the Night. I think this is from Instagram. Yeah. Instant Gratification album. This album, super controversial album for DGD fans. I guess I should be playing them from the beginning, but I just don't have time for that. We'll get through it. This is probably one of their most popular songs. It's number 1 on Spotify, I think. Well, number 1 depends on, what they're releasing at the time, but it's probably their most recognizable song from Tillian era DGD. This is a great song. I'm not gonna lie, it's a great song. My ex hated DGD, but this is the one song that if I ever drive him to a show, he would fucking love jamming in this song, and we would play it in the car. So, We Own the Night by Gavin on their Instant Gratification album. Don't ask me what number it is in their discography. They have a lot at this point. I don't even know if DG's metalcore, to be honest. I always, when I described them, was post-hardcore, because that was the scene that was out when I came into this kind of music. At the time, when I looked them up on like iTunes or something, or whatever their webpage was at the time, probably MySpace. Yeah. I used to message the old lead singer of Icy Stars. I used to message him on MySpace at 14. Yes, the lead singer of Vanna and Icy Stars would be like, "Hey girl, you wanna like come to my show in a church basement?" Like, they were hitting on me at 14. It's hilarious now that I think back. Icy Stars is pretty good. We'll get to them too. I don't know if they're metalcore. Maybe they're considered metalcore now with their more recent stuff. But when I looked them up, they were like an experimental band with jazz, funk, R&B elements, and hardcore themes, whatever. I love DGD. But I still remember the first time I heard DGD. So this is actually my origin story of how I got into this music. I was dating a guy who was like a guitarist. He's a musician. He wasn't in a band. He just was good at playing guitar. And I was obsessed. He was super ugly. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. I always do that. I go for fucking ugly dudes all the time. So anyway, he introduced me to like Pink Floyd, Nirvana, Incubus, like a lot of alternative shit. And I, at the time, was like, literally just listen to like Pretty Ricky and like fucking, R&B. I'm not throwing shade at Pretty Ricky. They're fucking that is like the horniest of the R&B. But yeah, like I didn't have anyone in my household. I was the oldest. I didn't have like an older sibling or a cousin who was really like letting me know other types of genre. Like you have to remember, I was a teenager in like '05 to '09. So like this is like kind of like just right after like Thursday and Thrice and like just kind of like Paramore's I kind of was the same age as Paramore, I think. So like those were all her influences. And then I came up like in the time Paramore was just starting to get big. Like when Twilight came out, basically. So I remember I was dating a guy, and he was introducing me to like I said Incubus and like other bands like that. And I don't know, I just started like talking. I had like some guy friends at the time, and I remember I was just like talking to them. They're like, oh, what do you listen to? You know, and I was like telling them like, oh, I usually listen to this, like pop and R&B and rap and hip hop. But now I'm kind of like liking this type of rock music, like alternative and stuff. And I was describing what I liked about some of like I didn't even know which song it was at the time. And I was literally, this is how young I was. I was 15. I was in the car. Someone's mom was driving us to the fucking movies. And this guy, weirdly enough, the guy's name was Gavin. I will never forget this. The guy's name who introduced me to Dance Gavin Dance, his name is fucking Gavin. No, it's not. His name's Cameron. I don't know why I made that up. His name is fucking Cameron. Sorry. But I'll never forget you, Cameron. Shout out. We were in the car, going to the movies. Mom's driving us. We're like literally like all crammed in. I'm in the middle seat or something. And I'm talking to him, and he's like, oh, what you're describing? Okay, yeah, I see what you like. Because I was describing some of the elements of the songs and stuff. And he was like, yeah, I think there's a band that you might like. You should check out. This is back in the days of LimeWire, okay? LimeWire and MySpace was top tier, AIM. God, I feel so fucking old. But, yeah. He's like, you should try this band called Dance Gavin Dance. And I was like, that is a ridiculous name, sir. And he was like, yeah, I know, but like what you're describing and what you like, I think you should check them out. And I was like, okay. And I get back on my family's computer like later that night or the next day, compact computer, not dial up, but fucking close to it. And I go on MySpace, I think, to listen to some of their songs. And I think this is back when Whatever I Say is Royal Ocean, like EP kind of came out, and I was like, this guy's voice is fucking crazy. I was like, oh, there's something special. I mean, I was hooked as soon as I listened to them. And then I realized, I don't know if it was around the same time or immediately after I listened to that song, but when Downtown Battle Mountain 1 came out, the artwork cover was like kind of like weird, nondescript, but like it was pretty cool. So I was like, all right, let me, and they have that like iconic papyrus font. And I got onto what were we using? Was it Napster? I don't know. It was probably iTunes. I don't know. Whatever streaming platform we were using early times. And then we would go to Pirate Bay and Torrent Bay and all that shit. LimeWire didn't work. I listened to Downtown Battle Mountain, the first one, and I was fucking blown away. When problematic now, but when the song It's Safe to Say You Dig the Back Seat came on, first of all, it's still one of my favorite songs. The lyrics are really weird, but when I looked into the song, I understand what it's about now, and it's like a little less problematic. But when I started listening to it recently, I was like, oh, Johnny, God, you're such a woman-hating fucking garbage human. But the song is just so good technically. It was something I've never heard before. Think about it. You're a person who literally is listening to like basic ass structured songs, right? Like there's nothing crazy. It's predictable. Even alternative is like, you can get a melody stuck in your head, but there's not a lot of experimental stuff in the song structure. And I'm listening to early Dance Gavin Dance. Let's just play the song. Let's just play it. Oh my God, if I can find it. What did they like cleanse it off of here? They don't want people to know they made this banger. Here we go. 07. So I definitely heard it immediately after. Okay. So this starts, and I'm like, I've never heard an intro or a riff like this. And then the screaming. I've never heard screamo before. And then something inside me, like, woo! I was in love. It was, I haven't fallen in love with that many dudes, but I don't really believe in love at first sight, but that was love at first sight. 100%. 100% I was hooked. I was an impressionable teenager, I guess. I fucking love this album. I don't care. Sorry. Yeah. YouTube creators were like, you should pause a lot so you don't get hit with copyright. I'm just gonna fucking dispute it all. I don't care. So yeah, so this is the first song I ever heard, and it changed my life. It was like instant vag tingles. I was obsessed. I was an angsty, depression-ridden teen. I was a closeted bisexual girl who didn't even know what the word was for what my feelings were. I didn't really even learn what bisexual, that there was, I thought there was gay and lesbian. I didn't really know about bi till as much later in high school, probably even college. So for me, I was very conflicted. I grew up in a kind of strict religious household, loving parents and everything, but just would not understand. I felt super fucking just dirty and like something was wrong with me, and I was like super horny for a girl, and I just was like, God, there's just like, I should just kill myself, you know? So yeah, I struggled with depression and all that jazz that everyone has as a teen. It sucks being a teenager, but this music was instrumental because it helped be an amazing outlet for the kind of like thoughts and feelings that I was having, and just the anger that I was having, and it was just like everything that I would feel like kind of put into music and words and stuff. And they just were fucking talented. I don't care what anyone says. Like, you gotta think how young they were when they were doing this. Like, they were pioneering the scene. Like, they created swancore. People don't realize it. They created swancore, a whole other genre that artists have now kind of like, you know, complemented and built off of. So yeah, I just think they like, their early stuff really deserves a lot of respect. Like, it really does. And it's good. And I just saw a video, by the way, of Chiodos like performing in someone's living room, and it's like the grainiest video from like 06 or something. Fucking hilarious. I would have loved to go to a show like that. I never had any cool friends like that in high school. My friends, like, I was the girl that, like, I couldn't dress goth or wear eyeliner. My parents would beat the shit out of me. So I could never, like, dress or express visually what I wanted. But I have pictures. I had, like, Chiodos and, like DGD, like, Medina Lake, like, all those posters all over my wall. Mayday Parade, like, everywhere. Like, I was a scene girly, but I just couldn't dress that way or present that way because my parents were not going to let that happen. So I would like go to shows looking like I was like femme, little R&B Barbie, like wearing like the jeans with the paint rollers down the ass cheeks and like not baby fat, but like close to it. And people just were like, you do not belong here. But it didn't stop me. God damn. Did not stop me. I like crave this kind of music. I would listen to it all the time on LimeWire. I'd make mixtapes. And then slowly on MySpace, I just found more kind of similar bands. I started like going to shows at like venues that don't even exist anymore. Like the Chameleon Club in Lancaster. It was a great fucking venue. I remember like seeing Bless the Fall, We Came as Romans and Chiodos, and how they would just fucking climb the walls and like the stage stuff, and they would just jump in the it was nuts. All ages shows like are very impactful. I hope they never get rid of that. As an adult who's bringing a child soon to a show, all ages show where like, I mean, it's just so important because you don't know how much that kid might really need that music. That might be their only hobby, their only outlet, the only thing that they think matters. So, and if they're not, if they're going to a show, they're not overdosing in someone's car or drinking in a field somewhere. So, like, you know, you're winning as a parent. Now, letting them date a vocalist is probably not great, but, you know. 21 minutes. We're going to finish the song, and then I'll make a part 2. I don't think I'm getting better at tangents. I'm sorry. It's storytelling time with Steph. I mean, Attila's song just said I don't like cunts or something. So, I mean, whores don't trip. They bleed at the bar. I mean, similar. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't straightened my hair in a while. This is fucking ridiculous. That makes me sick. It's not the sight of you. And now I am so bad. Caught up in this way. I know that you can't be more than this. Get my clip. From a dream, this isn't the way the world walks in. It's all in your head. Give up, it's making me sad. Why you this part. John Mass, fucking killer. Just his scream is like probably one of my favorites. There's a lot I like, but his is top tier. Top tier. By the way, Tillian, his performances vary. Sometimes they're blow you away, and sometimes like he's having a rough night from touring, or he's sick or something. I've never seen a bad performance from Johnny. Like, really never. Like, he fucking kills almost every time. Or has. It was years ago. But, except for the time, there's a video circulating. I don't think I was at that show. Maybe I was. But apparently there, I would have remembered, there was a video of like him in his early days when he was first getting like fucked up on heroin, and he was puking all over the stage during his set. But in between puking, he's finishing those lyrics, and it's hilarious. I wish I could show it here, but I probably can't. All right, I'm taking a pause.